What they knew people think makes them look cool, but is actually just sad. Hey people of Reddit. Today, we're gonna spill some tea on things people think make them cool, but are actually just sad. From cringy fashion choices to trying too hard with outdated trends, we're diving into the land of cool that's really just cringe central. Stick around, you might rethink your whole vibe after this. Before we start with the first story, please hit a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay updated with us. Number 10. I was in a group of people I didn't know well recently at an event, and all the women were talking about how useless their husbands are, sharing stories of how they can't change diapers or grocery shop or cook dinner. One of them kinda nudged me with a haha, men are just giant babies, aren't they? And it was so awkward. I think she was trying to make me feel included, but I was just like, actually my husband does all those things, which then kinda made everyone else act like I was in a for killing the vibe. I don't know. Number 9. Yelling at workers just trying to do their jobs. My ex-dad took us out to lunch for graduation day, so like it was busy everywhere in the area, and we went to this Mexican restaurant that was packed. We also were a table of about 7 as well. The dad asked the waitress to get more salsa for the table, and it looked like she had a lot of tables to wait as well. He waited like 3 to 5 minutes before he got up and straight up left. He comes back with a store-bought jar of salsa and slams it on the table and says, screw this place and their service, had to get my own salsa and how it tastes even better than their crap. And he said this loudly too. Felt so bad for the waitress that I stayed behind and apologized. Number 8. Bragging about how much alcohol they can drink in one sitting. After a certain point you just have a problem. It's me drinking 1.2 liters of 40% vodka and just started to get drunk that made me realize 8 months ago that I have a problem. If I didn't drink for a day, then my hands shook so much that I came each time I went to piss. Sober for the past 8 months. Number 7. Being 30 and having a girlfriend in high school. My ex-boyfriend, 23, dated a 16-year-old girl and came to our mutual friend's house to brag about it. They roasted him into the ground and all I did was laugh. A short time later, one of the friends asked how to get to a certain place, and the ex said, but don't take this road. It's all school zones. They said, you would know, and roasted him again. Good on them. What a creep he had become. He stopped hanging out there. Yeah, I was the high school girlfriend twice. My fully developed brain looks back on that time and just cringe. Number 6. Peaking in high school and keep trying to live their glory days. I honestly feel like I peaked in high school, but not in the way you'd think. I had fantastic grades, won scholarships, I was a dancer and traveled internationally to perform. I did well in my extracurriculars and competed, representing my school. While I wasn't popular, I had a very tight-knit group of friends and we did everything together. After 18 lives shot downhill. I badly injured my knee and went through 6 months of physio, destroying my chance at a dance career. My new school friend group were awful and most betrayed and abandoned me. At 20 I went to university overseas, competed, my grades slipped. I couldn't see my family for 3 years, I was unemployed for 8 months after graduating, and I got stuck fighting for and spending most of my savings on a visa to stay with my partner in a country that only wants to hire permanent residents and citizens. At 24, I'm working several part-time and freelance jobs. I haven't gotten a single interview from full-time applications because the second they see my temporary visa they reject me, so I feel unfulfilled career-wise. Most of my best friends are back home. I'm too busy to have much of a life. My friends here are also busy, and we rarely see each other. But at least I have a comfortable apartment, some savings, jobs with coworkers who like me, a wonderful boyfriend of 3 years, and amazing friends again. I also just submitted my PR application. This may not be my peak, but I am thankful I'm at least on an incline after some dark years. Trying to live my glory days means getting back into what fueled me back then and what motivates me now. For instance, practicing my dance as much as my knee lets me. Playing video games I used to play as a teenager for nostalgia. Keeping up with and talking to my old friends online. I don't think that makes me cool, it just makes me happy. Number 5. For me, it's a coworker who never takes time off from work. He claims he can't just relax, he has to be doing something. When he does take time off, he spends the day before he leaves reminding us that he will be around if we need him, just send him an email. He's not management, he's the same level as me. Our job is not hard. If a person is out for a date, no one actually notices a change in our overall operation. My boss closed our office down at 3:30 the day before Thanksgiving, and my coworkers stayed and worked the whole day, because what else is he going to do? I was like, "You're married, and you were already complaining earlier in the day that your wife had a half day. Don't you want to go home and spend time with your wife?" What gets me the most is we don't get overtime. He's not getting paid any different by staying late. My company is really small, there's only 10 employees. There's no moving up in the company. It's just your boring 9 to 5 tech job, but he acts like he's so cool bragging about how much he works, and it's just like, dude, I don't find that cool and I find it pathetic and really sad. So either he has a shitty home life or he really has no idea how to find a hobby. Number 4. Showy luxury items. Clearly you're compensating for something. I validated for a lady who was always a huge pain. Condescending and always demanded weird things just to push us around. Like no name tags in the car in case they scratch her seat. She drove this entry-level Mercedes and would tell us this is a $40,000 Mercedes. Which is a lot of money, but hello, that's obviously not nearly even the nicest car here. I ended up feeling really sorry for her. She'd had this designer dress on, with a designer handbag and designer keychain and designer sunglasses. The next 2 times she came in she had the same outfit. It was clear she had spent everything on these objects to project who she merely wanted to be but didn't have the funds to pull off. Just an unhappy woman who was masquerading as somebody no one cares about anyway. Number 3. Claim they're alpha men. God, that's so embarrassing. As it's been said many times now, anyone who claims to be an alpha is most definitely not. Similar to that old saying that goes something like, any man who must claim to be king is unworthy of the crown. Number 2. When they post to social media about how blessed they are and how they feel all the love energy of the universe, but you know them in real life, and they're the most judgmental, angry pieces of shit you've ever met. I've always thought that the more you post toxic positivity on social media, the more you're trying to compensate for how unhappy you are. Number 1. Making your personality whatever is trending. I never understood this. I had a friend who was a chameleon, meaning he would change his personality based on who we were around. I remember I would just sit there and look at him thinking, dude, you don't really talk that when we're alone. Lol. I just don't get it. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Remember, it's all about staying true to yourself rather than chasing some cringy idea of cool. If you like more of this, please hit a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.